Fellow Democrats, my name is Sheila Degan Gilbert, and I'm chair of the Calhoun County Democrats. I've read numerous statements of now that the dust has settled, let's do this and let's do that. But after what happened Tuesday, November the 5th, 2024, with the election and the final results being a total disaster for our country, I'm not sure the dust will ever settle. They think they have won, but we know everyone has lost. To quote a late-night talk host, it was a terrible night for 72 million people who voted against him, but it was also a terrible night for everyone who voted for him. They just don't know it yet. Who among us is ready to get in a circle, join hands, and sing God Bless America? My heart is still stinging, and my attitude toward those who supported the disinformation party is not exactly righteous. It's going to take some time to get over this humanitarian disaster. It is clear that disinformation won the race for the Republican Party. I have an older friend who no longer watches the news or various talk shows, and by the questions she asked me, I can easily tell that she has overheard her friends discussing their voting intentions. She asked me, what about my tax dollars going to pay for transgender surgeries? What about those immigrants in Sylacauga? And what about someone behind a curtain telling Kamala Harris what to say in her speeches? And what about all those immigrants coming over and taking over our nation? Lies repeated often find themselves accepted as truth, and even well-educated or well-informed people bought into this twisted scheme and voted for the one who is a convicted felon. Speaking of felon, let me give you a true example of an election day situation whereby this anxious female hustled into our headquarters looking to vote. I took her in my office and was attempting to get her info in order to determine her voting location. When I said to her, "You are planning to vote for Harris?" She looked a little startled and she said, "Oh no, Trump." I suggested she find someone else to help her, but as she started to leave, I said, wait, can you just please tell me why you're going to vote for him? She said, well, Trump is a felon and I'm a felon and we need to stick together. That's a low bar of a typical Alabama Republican voter. As chair of the Calhoun County Democrats, I feel the sting just like everyone else, and I am so grateful to all of the volunteers who came to our local headquarters and offered their time and services to work on the Harris campaign. To our headquarters staff, who were always present and counted for and continuously thinking of new things to do to involve the Calhoun County Democratic voter, thank you. The most gratifying scene would be tables full of volunteers busily addressing hundreds and hundreds of postcards to swing states, along with those to Congressional District 2 to help with the successful election of Shamari figures. Or a huge crowd of Harris supporters waving signs in public places, thank you. Or the hundreds of people coming in for their Harris yard signs to proudly display, thank you. But sincerest thanks to the 3 Calhoun County Democrats who offered up their names to the Calhoun County Board of Education, Manuela Burton, Robin Kaler, and Nick Ogle, who were all willing to offer their services toward their local school system. They knew their chances were slim, but the piece of hate mail sent out from the Republican Party labeling each of them as unfit candidates likely had no effect on the final outcome. But the cruel and hateful message was telling of the senders. Good luck to the 7 Republican white men who were elected to reflect the county school board membership of students and teachers. Racism and sexism is alive and well in Calhoun County. We were all clear-eyed regarding the political leanings of Alabama, but without a question, it is now a solid one-party state firmly anchored in racism and sexism. They think they won the race, but before the not-so-long time, it will be evident that the American people are the ones who lost. Will the Calhoun County Democrats fold their tent and throw up their hands in despair? Hell no. There are too many local citizens out there who depend on us to carry the Democratic flag for them. Our roots in democracy and good government go deep, and it is our intention to maintain a presence and to be present when political disasters will inevitably occur. Thanks again to all of our workers and those who made significant donations to our cause. And to those who made an appearance at our headquarters for the first time, don't be a stranger to this effort of keeping the flame of local democracy burning brightly in our corner of the world. It's going to take all of us as we continue to hold our heads high and our hearts and hands ready to forge ahead. In ending this rant, I think the thing that is the absolute most disappointing to me is that a presidential candidate's character, honesty, and integrity no longer seem to matter to about half of the Americans. How shameful is that? The Calhoun County Democrats are all about reproductive health care, climate change, gun safety, and all other areas where those who have no voice in government have a seat at the table. I'll end with a quote from Alabama's own smart and highly sought speaker, Joyce Vance, which she always ends her blogs with, "We're all in this together." I completely agree.